Blerdplanet.com. What's going on? It's your one and only Kansu Sheshmoon. Speaking on behalf of Blerd Planet, again, visit us at Blerdplanet.com. Myself, Kansu Sheshmoon, and Darren Marion, man, Blerd Planet. It's all about being a blerd, black intelligentsia. That's what we talk about, and that's what we be about. And this episode tonight, this afternoon, this morning, whatever time you're logging on, it's all about W.e.b. Du Bois, y'all. The legacy of the venerable and great W.e.b. Du Bois, a truly brilliant man. So sit back and relax. Let's get some history in right here on Blerdplanet.com, courtesy of bio.com. Go to bio.com and, man, learn about so many talented and brilliant people in history. So this is your boy Kansu Sheshmoon. Peace, power, love, and prosperity.
William Edward Burghardt Du Bois, later known as W.e.b. Du Bois, was born in Great Barrington, Massachusetts, on February 23, 1868. As a young man, Du Bois received a B.A. from Fisk University before becoming the first African American to earn a Ph.D. from Harvard in 1895.
What is impressive about W.e.b. Du Bois, when he went to Harvard, they wouldn't accept his 4-year Fisk degree. Du Bois also faced the problem of not being allowed to stay on the Harvard campus after 6 p.m. So if you put it in context historically, it was a great feat.
While teaching at Atlanta University, Du Bois produced a number of academic works, including The Philadelphia Negro in 1899, the first case study of a black community in the United States.
Du Bois went into these blighted areas. He found a population that had terrible health issues, a lot of social ills such as poverty, high infant mortality, prostitution. He didn't entirely excuse the African American population, but in his analysis, he was very forceful about pointing out racism as a reason for a lot of these ills.
Both Du Bois and Booker T. Washington emerged as advocates of their race. However, as an alternative voice to Washington's book, Up From Slavery, Du Bois published The Souls of Black Folk in 1903.
It was an absolutely unique book. It contains poetry, autobiographical sketches, historical articles, memoir, a wide-ranging representation of the diversity of black experience.
In 1905, Du Bois founded the Niagara Movement, opposing Booker T. Washington's racial accommodation theory. The organization became the forerunner of the NAACP, and years later, Du Bois was appointed editor of the NAACP magazine, The Crisis.
Du Bois wanted The Crisis to have two main components: protest on the one hand and uplift on the other. At the same time that he was protesting lynching and race riots, he was building a consciousness.
While continuing his work for civil rights, Du Bois published his first novel, The Quest of the Silver Fleece, in 1911. 4 years later, he published The Negro, the first general history of black Africans.
He was one of the early scholars who felt like you could not understand the status and condition of blacks in the United States unless you came to terms with the status and condition of Africa.
In 1920, Du Bois published the first of his 3 autobiographies, entitled Darkwater, Voices from Within the Veil. Then in 1935, Du Bois published his magnum opus, Black Reconstruction in America.
With his 3 autobiographies, and in a sense you could say his body of work, Du Bois gave us a document of what it was like to be black in the American century.
While becoming more influenced by communism, Du Bois made a losing bid for the New York State Senate at the age of 82. By 1961, Du Bois joined the Communist Party and moved to Ghana, where he died on August 27, 1963.
W.e.b. Du Bois can be deemed arguably the most profound African American intellectual of his generation. His ideas are still highly relevant for the present generation of scholars.
Black intelligentsia, guerrilla family.